Hello everyone, rather short video today. Capcom has finally listened to the Monster Hunter community. They have heard our cries and pleas. I am excited to announce, in case you haven't heard the news, that Capcom has taken our feedback from the weapon preview videos for Sunbreak, and that they are apparently going to be adjusting how the game is balanced. Honestly, this is fantastic news. I have personally tracked the like to dislike ratio on the weapon previews videos from both the Western Monster Hunter account as well as the Japanese account, and it's pretty clear that players were upset. It was surprising that players in Japan were even more upset than players here in the West were, but regardless, I like that they're taking this feedback to heart. As far as I remember, the Monster Hunter team has never really cared too much about balance like this, at least as far as I remember. They have patched some completely insane broken stuff in the past, like some bow glitches that you might have seen at the very start of Monster Hunter World, but they've never been too good at balancing the weapon roster. This is not an issue that started with World or Rise, it goes way back. It's just that there are so many more eyes on the franchise now, and many more people are consuming content about the game and creating content about the game. A lot more people have now access to the different weapon values, their numbers, and how each weapon performs, so all of these things end up being discussed a lot more. And I think all the new footage that was released from many gaming outlets and independent content creators playing Sunbreak further shows the care and attention the devs are putting into the expansion. Take, for example, the longsword in Sunbreak. The weapon showcases made it look like it was going to be absolutely insane, and it probably is going to be insane. But there's a compromise. It looks like it's going to take a bigger degree of mastery over the weapon to be able to use it efficiently, and that's a good path to see Rise follow. And apparently the devs have also gone out of their way to change motion values for already existing moves, which I didn't really expect they would go that far to improve balance. Honestly, I'm impressed. I also do believe that it is a lot more likely that we will be getting a Sunbreak demo even though we're less than a month away from the expansion, because all these gaming publications and all of these content creators got to have access to a smaller slice of the game, and that would just fit very well into the typical demo that we get for all the Monster Hunter titles. And I just feel like it would be really weird if they were to just not release a demo for Sunbreak when they have been releasing demos for every single Monster Hunter entry for the longest time. I mean, as far as I remember, this goes all the way back to 4 Ultimate, maybe even before that. That is to say that I am much more relieved about the Sunbreak expansion after hearing these news. It's not much, we don't have a concrete patch update or a display of how the values will look like in the Sunbreak expansion. They are communicating with us that they have heard us loud and clear, and that is important. It's definitely something that most developers don't do nowadays, and I think it should be celebrated and appreciated. Personally, I think balance is important in Monster Hunter. I get that it's a PvE game, we're not really competing with each other, so things don't really need to be perfect. But I think trying to achieve some balance here would really be nice, because currently there is a huge discrepancy between different weapons, and honestly it would feel bad if I were to main a weapon that is amongst the weakest ones, as the game would be balanced around the strongest ones. So my hunts would just take a lot longer, I would feel a lot weaker with my weapon, it wouldn't feel good. But I do understand if you don't feel this way. To me it's a big deal, and I'm appreciative that the Monster Hunter team is taking all of this into account. They've made fantastic games all these years, and I have faith in them that they're going to make a killer expansion. I still have a few concerns about Sunbreak, but let's be honest, I'll buy the expansion anyway, and I'll probably play it for hundreds if not 1,000+ hours. That being said, let me know how you guys feel about this. Are you happy that the developers are addressing this and are taking balance into account? Would you rather see some weapons being nerfed, or would you rather see some weapons being buffed to the level of the ones that are the most powerful? Personally, I would go with the latter, but I could see the opposite also being a good thing. After all, we're seeing some crazy speedruns that take less than a minute to defeat a monster. And that's too short, frankly. With that, thank you all so much for watching. My name is Dark Hero, and happy hunting!